Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome to Tech Tiger Academy. Welcome to the series Cybersecurity with Ravi Malhotra. In this series, we are going to learn Checkpoint NGX R80.40. We are going to learn three important courses: CCSA, CCSE, as well as CCSM NGX R80.40. This lecture is about the SIG process. SIG stands for Secure Internal Communication. This is one of the integral. This is one of the foundational concept to understand when you are trying to learn checkpoint technologies. So let us move ahead, guys. There are certain prerequisites so that before you understand the SIG process, I will request all of you to have a basic knowledge on these topics. That you must have an understanding of the three-tier architecture. You must have understanding of different deployment modes. That's very important. You also must have an understanding of the Gaia, which is an operating system patent to checkpoint only. And you also must know how to deploy checkpoint environment in a distributed way. Okay. These all are the links here. You can find everything in the description tab of this video. And the previous video to this video is video number 12. That video was a live lab, and we have done the whole checkpoint installation in the distributed mode of way. We created one security management server, we created one security gateway, and all that. Okay. Here's a link to that. Alright guys, so let us move to the agenda today. The agenda is to have understanding of the SIG. So let me just tell you what is SIG. SIG first of all stands for Secure Internal Communication. S stand for secure, I stand for internal, C stand for communication. Just because we all know that, checkpoint have three components. These components are security management server, smart console, security gateway, right? Each and every role has different set of operations to perform. Okay. So before they can manage each other, there has to be a trust between them. That means they must trust each other. Okay. So this is what is the agenda here. Before a security management server can install a policy or the gateway, SIG must be established between them. SIG simply means trust. Checkpoint products and platforms authenticate each other through one of the secure internal communication methods. It's basically certificates, So that means when a trust is established between them, certificates gets exchanged between them. Okay. And we know that these certificates have a set of private and public keys, right? And these keys can just communicate to each other, right? One key can talk to the other key can talk to the one key. So public key can talk to the private key can talk to the public key in that one pair. Okay. And these certificates are created either using 3DES, AES, or using TLS. These are different standards that you must ensure. That gateways above R71, they basically use AES 128 for SIG, and the gateways prior to R71 they uses 3DES as a standard. Okay. So before checkpoint components can manage each other, right? Before you can install a policy on the gateway from the security management server, you must create a trust between them. Before you create a trust between them, they must authenticate each other. They must authenticate each other. How do they authenticate each other? They authenticate each other with the help of certificates, right? The certificate is exchanged between them, and that's how they authenticate to each other. So SIG creates trust between security gateways, management server, and checkpoint components. There are other checkpoint components as well. Okay. There's a secondary smart center server as an example. There will be a log server as an example. Trust is required to install policy in the security gateway. That's very important. I will mark it here. If there is no trust established between security gateway and security management server, guys, you will not be able to install a policy. You will actually get an error message that that the communication over port number 18191 is failure. Okay? And if the SIG is broken, if SIG is not established, you will also not be able to send logs between security gateways and management server. This is the reason that why we need to create a trust. We need to create a trust because if I want to manage security gateway from the Smart Center server, I want to fetch a policy and I want to send logs from the security gateway to the security management server. Now, initializing trust is the first step in this process and is achieved using one-time password. I just want you guys just to go back and just to refresh your memory. The moment you start creating a gateway, during that installation, it is asking for one-time implementation password. We used 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 as an OTI, as a one-time password. This is also known as activation key. Okay, those who just want to refresh it, this is also known as an activation key. After the trust is established, all further communication is all based on the security certificates. And then the time synchronization is very important, right? Ensure that the security gateway and the security management server, right, they have an accurate time to each other. What is SIG? So here, right, we understand that initializing trust is the first step. So let's say that the moment you try to initialize a trust, what happens is that your status changes. So there are certain status messages of a SIG. One is known as communicating. Communicating simply means that trust is established. Unknown means there is no trust, it's a broken. Not communicating is that trust is not established. Now, basically, as we understood that our trust means authenticate. Trust simply means that security gateway and security management server, they trust each other, they authenticate each other, with the help of SIG. So when trust is established, that time the status is known as communicating. But when there is no trust, the trust is broken. So then the certificate which was exchanged between the security gateway and the security management is of no more use. Okay, so this certificate is revoked then. So once the certificate is revoked, right, this is updated in the CRL list, okay, with the serial number of the revoked certificate, and the same information is updated to all security gateways during the next SIG initiation process. And if two security gateways have two different CRLs, right, they cannot authenticate. CRL has to be same. Two gateways, that means if two gateways have two different CRLs, that simply means that they are being managed by different security management server. If two gateways are managed from a single Smart Center server, then they will have one CRL. Okay? SIG creates trust between security gateway, management server, and checkpoint compliance. This is very important topic. What are the ports which are used during this initiation process? Let me just make a simple drawing for you. That this is the management server. This is 200.50 and this is my firewall, right? This firewall is 200.100. So it is basically 192.168.x.x. Those who are watching my videos from the video number 1, they will be able to understand. This is a Smart Center server and this is a gateway. Before Smart Center server can install a policy, there should be a trust between them. Okay? This trust is basically known as secure internal communication. This SIG performs two things. One is that you will be able to install policy, and second thing is the log management. communication happens over certain reserved ports, guys. So when management server try to install policy on the gateway, so this is C. When management server is trying to install policy on the gateway, this communication happens over port number 18191. That means on the gateway, port number 18191 should happen, and this is how this communication is performed, right? Once the SIG is established, immediately you will see that management server will be able to read the topology of the gateway. That means how much interfaces this gateway have, something that we create in a network that happens over port number 18192. So port number 18192 is a SIG process. It helps in the policy install, and additionally it gives you the topology information of the gateway, that how much interfaces are there, which interface is external, which interface is internal, all that information. So that's the 1, that's the 2, and other port is 18211. Okay, it is basically for the for the certificates and all that. Certificates, CP_IC_push process is performed over port number 18211. So that's all, guys. I believe with that this theory is completed. Let me just say once again as a short lecture. Before you can manage security gateway from the security management server, that means that before you can install policy on the gateway from the management server, a SIG process must be established. SIG simply means that the trust must be established. That means that both these roles must authenticate to each other. And this is how we do. This is what we do by initializing trust between them. Okay. Once we initialize the trust, we try the activation key as a one-time password to initiate the trust. Once trust is established, the status of a trust is known as communicating, and certificates are exchanged between them. If the trust is broken, this certificate is of no more use, and this is updated in the CRL list. The CRL list is updated with the serial number of the certificate which has been revoked. This information is given to the gateway during the next policy installation. Two gateways, if they have CRLs from different security management server, they cannot authenticate to each other. That's a very simple concept to understand, right? And certain ports are required to establish this communication. One port is known as 18191, 18192, and the other port is 18211. These are the three important ports which are used. In the next we will talk about ICA. Then I'm also going to show you the live lab. How do you establish the trust for the first time, and how do you reinitialize trust when you get the message of that the trust is broken, right? That's in my upcoming videos. That's all, guys. I'm done in this video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you so much for supporting me. Please like and please subscribe my channel. Just click on the subscribe button so that you will be notified for the next videos, and just please forward it to all your friends so that they can also take advantage of this learning. Thank you so much, guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye.